They will hold your hand, perhaps. They will pat your back. If they're lovely and loving, they will support you through it all. Your partner
Absolutely.
does not know how to help you.
I haven't had one woman, not one, ever, that I have coached through your program that did not say she should have done that earlier in her career.
And you'll win in life by having your soul on fire. Welcome to the Soul Powered Revolution, the essential podcast for high-achieving professional women who are done playing small. I'm Coach Mo, ex-CEO, ex-COO, and creator of the Soul Powered Method that has transformed over 2,200 executive women's careers. Each week, we decode the strategies that actually work for women at the leadership level while keeping your soul intact. Because true power isn't about working harder. It's about leading from your soul. If you're ready to stop dimming your light and claim the success you deserve, you're in the right place. New episodes drop weekly. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and join the revolution of women leading from their soul power. Let's dive in. Hi, everyone. Coach Mo here for another fabulous episode. Stay tuned because we're going to talk to you about understanding that your partner doesn't know what you're going through at work. And you know what? We're going to talk about whether your partner's a male or female. There is no one who really knows what you're going through except an expert. Just like if you have broken your leg, there's no one who really understands that more than the orthopedic surgeon. She's going to understand exactly what that broken leg needs. But here's the thing. In personal matters like one's career, we tend to undervalue what expertise can bring to us. And I'm here with my partner in crime, not partner in crime, partner in uplifting, partner in coaching, Stacey Citrin. She's an ex-CEO and a fantastic coach in our executive programs, leadership programs. We do a Soul Power Communicator together, and she is one of our success coaches in our 12-week Soul Power Career Coaching. Welcome, Stacey.
Hi, Mo.
How you doing?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you got it. Your partner has no idea is the resonant truth that no one understands what's going on in your career other than your personal experience more than an expert. And I usually, when I'm talking to a woman on one of our clarity calls, I do several of them a month, sometimes more than several, but I love having those conversations because as a nurse, I feel like we're diving in at the bedside of sorting through things. And I'm a cancer survivor. I didn't go to a GI doctor for my cancer. I went to a woman who knew how to handle breast cancer. And then I went to two plastic surgeons who knew how to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. I went to the right expert because no matter who I talked to in my family about my experience, no one really understood what was going on other than the doctor who's seen this thousands and thousands of times and knows what the disease really is all about. And I equate this in many ways to a lot of women's experiences in their careers. A lot of women are dealing with a disjointed, diseased scenario in their career because they're working in a white man's world. It's built by and for them. And so when you're a woman, I don't care how big your education is, I don't care how big your experience is or how big your expertise is, it's like you're on a foreign playing field. And as expert, Stacey was a CEO for 14 years and moved up her career quite nicely. I moved up my career a little bit less nicely. I had a few more bumps in my road, a few more job losses and things I had to navigate. My job ascension and career was a little bit more dramatic. Stacey was nice and steady as they go. And together, we've seen a whole lot of things, and we've coached thousands of women. So I really want to dive into this idea, Stacey, that most human beings, when they're not having success in their career, don't really understand what's going on. We talked about blind spots in a previous episode, but this is actually bigger than blind spots. This is appreciating and understanding how complex a career is. It's not just learn something, go to work. Sleep, go to work. Sleep, go to work. Sleep. That's not how easy it is. And before I ask you some of the big questions about this topic, I want to lay out the importance of a career. And I'm going to talk about money and sense of self. Your career is worth anywhere from 2 to 10 plus million dollars. On average, we will work 40 years. If you make $100,000 on average for those 40 years, that's $4 million. Now, if you're an accountant, you're going to say, yeah, Mo, but that's gross, not net, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's $2.8 million net. Okay, and if you have a 401k, which doesn't have taxes taken out, and you did it, I mean, come on now. I'm talking top line asset value. If you average $200,000 over those 40 years, that's $8 million. Most college educated women are between $100,000 a year and $200,000 a year. Less than 10% of women earn more than $200,000 a year. If you're one of those 10% of women who earn more than $200,000 a year, you've got a career that's potentially worth over $10 million. Stacey, just for fun of it, if you had a home that was worth $10 million, would you randomly not clean it, not maintain it, and just let it fall apart?
Of course not, Mo.
She's like, you talking to me? She's one of the best maintainers of properties and possessions I've ever met. So most women don't take care of their career like that, though, do they? They're sort of like trashing it up as they're going along, not considering that it's a huge multi-million dollar asset.
Well, they probably don't see that they're trashing it up. That's really what it is.
Yes.
Nobody would go intentionally do that. They just don't see the math or understand it in a way that if I move here, this is my increase times X years, and then so on and up. And this is just the next move for me.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't see that.
Right. And they see it as a series of jobs. And so if you pull the viewfinder back, you've got a critical asset that when you do it right, feels so satisfying. And then you're able to sit back at 60 or 65 or 70, whatever you decide that that's time to hang it up. And you're going to say to yourself, job well done. And then you're going to have money in the bank. You're probably going to have real estate assets. You're going to have wonderful vacations, both in the past and to look forward to in the future. And I mean, to me, that's what a wonderful life looks like. What should any professional woman understand about what their career really is about? What's going on inside there that most people miss?
In relation to how the partner has no idea, Mo, is that what we're going?
In
what we're
relationship
talking about?
First to the person understanding the complexity, and then we'll pop into the partner.
Right. It's really not that complex, though. That's the whole thing. It's not complex. You're in a job.
Mm-hmm.
You're, for the litany of reasons you listed at the beginning, that you're not happy, whether you're in an abusive situation or you're just doing the same work over and over, or you're not getting promoted, or you're working, 70 hours a week. Nobody appreciates me. I mean, the reason du jour.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Nobody knows what's going on inside of you. Not your partner, not your sister, not your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Just like your example with your breast cancer. You couldn't find your breast cancer.
Absolutely.
You had to go somewhere to get a diagnostic test that you did every year, and boom, 1 year.
Yep.
That test is different. So now what?
Yep.
Now I have to go to this specialist, and then from there to this specialist. Your partner couldn't understand that. It's impossible.
That's right.
Now, while the partner/spouse knows that the spouse has the breast cancer, of course, and may even understand how it affects other parts of the life in the minute, but that partner could not know what you got going,
Right.
what's going on in there. That's the professionals who
Yep.
help you maintain the track, who
Yep.
help you tell you, here is our plan, and they help you walk through it and navigate it.
Yep.
You didn't just go to your breast surgeon who did surgery and you were done. No, here's what we do now. This is what
Treatment
we do
plan.
next. This is
Mhm.
what we do next.
Yes.
So there's no way your partner slash husband slash wife, whatever it is, has that.
Right.
Doctor knows. Why does the doctor know? They've had thousands of patients that they've navigated through this.
Right. In my career, sometimes I would get stuck or know I needed to make a move, but I didn't do it. And when you're in those types of situations, again, your partner's likely to say, just get another job. Just
Well,
start getting
here's
your
the
resume out
thing.
there.
Your partner in your job, they're seeing the outcome, the income it brings to the family, what we're able
Mhm.
to do with that money. That person has fear. They don't want to lose that money,
Right.
but they're not in you. They don't understand what it's like for you every day, even if you come home and complain.
Especially.
Even if you come home and complain, they're not in your field,
Yep.
or even if they are in your field,
Even
let's
if
say
they
they
are.
work in healthcare, or if you're in healthcare and another part of them is in healthcare, they're not doing what you do.
They're not
They're
exposed to
not
people,
walking
the
in
dynamics.
your shoes.
Right.
So your partner slash husband, wife, whatever, have their own fears about you
That's right.
making a change, because you know what? It goes back to, how does it affect them?
Right.
And if it takes
And
you 3 months, 6 months to find another job, how does that affect me or our kids or that trip we were taking or the private school we need to
yeah.
take? It's impossible for them to see and feel what you are going through.
Right. And I would say even furthermore, even if they offer advice or support, and we've seen this sometimes in our coaching when there's a woman who's in a really toxic job and her husband, in the cases that I'm remembering right now, it's a husband, just quit, honey, just quit. While that may seem like it's going to take the pressure valve off, there's other complexities going on that are going to affect her if she quits, including strategically being in a more vulnerable situation to land that next new job. And our partners are likely to want to take the pressure off of us to make our lives a little bit better and possibly to stop us from complaining so much because they can't do anything about what's going on. So, depending on the personality of your partner, they're going to say, just quit, just move on already, just go put your resume together and find a new job, as if it's so easy like that. And
Mhm.
if your partner is a male and you are a female, there is a huge difference how men contextualize having problems at work and how women do. And most women are dealing with some self esteem issues, some feelings of maybe they're not going to do better, maybe their worthiness. And in many cases, I believe over half of the households in the United States, the breadwinner is the woman in the household. That woman's role in being the breadwinner is really feeling vulnerable and risky if she does something and makes a mistake. We've had some clients who have taken new jobs and it has turned out to be a mistake. And then they are crippled with the sense of self and being able to bounce back and do something better. So the interior world of how you're processing the problem is also something that your partner really can't understand. I don't even care if your partner is the best psychotherapist or psychiatrist on the planet. They can't be inside of you. And the thousands of women that we have coached, who we have coached over the years, most women are not articulating some of the depths of what they're scared about in making career moves. And so they hang on a little bit too long, and then it gets really dicey. And sometimes they end up losing their job because they have isolated or constricted or restricted themselves, and their performance drops, or they have a huge, significant health issue and they let that supersede their career. So, your partner, as much as they may love you, they are at risk with you. They can't understand the interior workings of what you need in order to move forward in your career. Stacey, you've been coaching these women for years and years and years. You've made some career moves in your career. What are the things that what would be the top things that you think that our clients are having to navigate through that there's really no way that their partner could understand it?
In their career once they
Mhm.
decide to leave, or why they're not leaving? Where are
While
you?
they're trying to up level, the things that they have to the landmines or the issues that they're having to navigate in order to be more successful.
Okay, well, they have their career in front of them in a place that they're not happy. They can take action, stay there while they take action, but they're not doing that out of fear, whether it's their own fear, their partner's fear. It's fear. That is the number one thing that holds people back.
Yeah, it is.
Fear
F
of the
word.
unknown.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
The
it
F
is.
word. Yeah.
And they don't have enough faith because either they've been, beaten down or abused
Mm-hmm.
or in a toxic situation,
Mm-hmm.
or their upbringing. I mean, who knows? Who
Yes.
knows what plays into that?
Yep.
So they get crippled.
Yeah. I'm
And
thinking of
even
someone.
if they just apply for jobs and they're not getting
Yeah.
called, I'm doing this, but I'm not getting called.
I'm
Right?
thinking
So
of
they don't know how to take resources, which is what we coach them on,
yes.
utilizing their resources, utilizing their network, making changes, either LinkedIn, resume, all of the above.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what I have found is once people know we have them by their hand, they know where to tap into the resources, they come on the calls, they get coaching, they get it. I haven't had one woman, not one, ever that I have coached through your program that did not say she should have done that earlier in her career. This
Yeah, they all want to.
program.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. It's never like, oh, I joined this coaching too soon. It's always, where were you 10 years ago? Where were you 20 years ago? Where were you when I got fired the first time? There's a
Mm-hmm.
woman right now who we're coaching who has had a couple of traumatic job exits because it got too unbearable for her. And then we helped coach her into a bridge job because she needed to get the income rolling. And concurrently, she's looking for that better, best, nice career move. And I'm going to tell you what, if she wasn't in coaching, she wouldn't have taken the bridge job.
Mm-hmm.
And because the bridge job is dicey, she would have really convinced herself that she's not capable of having a great job because she would have used that diciness as evidence of her rather than evidence of them.
Yeah.
And I know that she has now evolved into a sense of self that is much different. And now she has confidence in who she is rather than letting the external world convince her of something less than.
Yeah. Yeah. I know who you're talking about. She actually has 2 offers going to come in today. So I know who you mean.
Yep. Hey, let's take a pause for a moment and get real. If this is resonating with you, the way you get started in working with my team and I is by booking a career clarity call. It's the best hour of clarity you're going to have. Book that call today at mofaul.com/talk.
That's the same story with a lot of clients.
It's most of them, isn't it?
Exactly. So
Like they need to make the leap and they're afraid that they're going to repeat the same pattern or make a mistake or that next level up job isn't available to them because they feel like a failure at the level that they're at. So how could they possibly be successful at the next level? We mostly are working with women with 20 years of experience in their careers. When you have 20 years of experience in your career, you need to be making moves. You need to be advancing. And the problem is, and this is something that your spouse does not know either, you got to change your game. When you're playing at 200, it's different than 150. 150 is different than 100. If you're below 100, you're a doer. In order to move past that 100, you need to talk different, act different, delegate through other people, and start seeing yourself as someone who does work through others. And again, your spouse probably doesn't know those things. They're just going to convince you you need a new job. And what we're trying to make the point here
or
is
give it
very,
some more time. Let's see if it gets better. I hear that.
oh, Yeah.
Give it more time.
Right.
Let's see it. Or just see if you could apply and get something else. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then nothing changes except you're sending a resume
Right.
out and
Right.
you're still in the same cycle.
Right. And doing it in such a defeated way, because it's a very complex thing these days to just send resumes out. It's not as simple
Yeah.
as it once was.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do that just on resumes going out and you're not doing applicant tracking, you're not doing all the things with the LinkedIn optimized, you're going to likely fail. And then you're going to be convinced that you can't get another job. So then you're going to go with that. Well, honey, I tried to look for a job. I've sent 50 resumes out and I'm not getting anywhere. So this is probably the best I'm going to do. And
Mm-hmm.
then the thing that happens, human beings, please understand this. If you stay in a situation that your soul and subconscious know is not right for you, if you stay in a situation with high emotional strain, if you stay in a situation with job trauma, your body will eventually speak. If you don't take action before your body speaks, your body will speak. Stacey, how many clients have we had that they've had to go on FMLA to take a
Yeah.
break of the
I have a
stress?
couple right now. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And we
that can be
help them navigate
disastrous
that.
to their
Yeah.
psyche. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then getting back in. I have a woman who, that's her situation. I spoke to her on a clarity call this week, and she's afraid to invest in coaching, but she's going back Monday after 60 days off.
Mm.
I'm not thinking her life is going to be any better at all on Monday. It's going to be really
When you go on
dicey.
FMLA because of stress and you come back, nothing changes.
Right. It's
Nothing
worse.
changes
It's
unless
worse
you
because
make the change.
they now see you as someone
Right.
who can't handle anything.
And this is different than job burnout.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Two different situations.
Yes. Yes. So please, ladies, understand, only an expert who has been somewhere you haven't been, who understands the complexity of your situation, is going to be able to help you change something that is complex. We're not talking about repairing a table here. We're talking about the complexity of your emotional, spiritual, financial, psychological, mental well-being, and your satisfaction with your education, your experience, and your expertise. This is a complex matter to put together and then to help take you to the next level where you believe in yourself, where you can articulate a higher level of salary and value, and when you can be successful at that next level. Your partner
Absolutely.
does not know how to help you. They will hold your hand, perhaps. They will pat your back. If they're lovely and loving, they will support you through it all. And if your partner is like many of the partners of our clients, they will wave on the call in the background, thumbs up, and say, "Thank you for bringing my wife back. Thank you for helping her be who I fell in love with years ago." And I'm proud and happy to say, Stacey and I have been through our careers. We know what it takes to do that. We've been through the ringer and we've helped thousands of other women do the same. We know how to help you. We got you. And if you want to get started, it's as simple as booking a call with my coaching team at mofaul.com/talk. And that's what we're going to do. We're not just going to talk about your problem. We're going to diagnose it like a doctor would. We're going to take you through the career MRI machine. And we're going to help you see what's really going on. And we're going to help you see what the treatment needs to be. Because that's what it requires. It requires a treatment plan. Stacey, anything else to say on this topic before you wrap up this Soul Powered Revolution podcast?
No, I just want to say I have a client who husband started doing what she did while going through the 12-week program. And it has changed him and his career as well.
Yes, yes.
So
and I know who you're talking about with that one.
We could leave it
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
And it's been
Yeah.
the best thing for their marriage as
Yes.
well.
Yes. Love it. We should have started with that. So, ladies, if you're listening to this podcast, just know for sure we got you. We understand it and we can help you. mofaul.com/talk. Thank you, Stacey, for joining me. See you on the next episode, everyone. Goodbye for now.
See you next time.
Everything that women face in the corporate world, in life actually, can be counterattacked, counteropposed by a woman's powerful internal sense of being. And I call that your soul power. I want to help more women understand their soul power, and I want to create a soul-powered revolution. This is Coach Mo, mofaul.com.